Namaste, Jai Bharat. Sergio Gor, now Sergio Gor, from Tashkent, former Soviet Union, originally from Uzbekistan, is going to be the next ambassador to Bharat from the United States. He also carries an additional power charge to its South Pacific. That's all the nations and area in and around Delhi, Bharat, where Bharat, Delhi becomes the focus. Sergio Gor is a youngster, roughly 38 years old, graduated from US and is a trusted lieutenant to President Trump. Positively speaking, this is an attempt to improve or strengthen. Improve is not the term because the relations are not that spoiled between Bharat and the US as such, except the policies of President Trump, which is not really permanent. So it should be an attempt to strengthen the ties, relations, etc. between Bharat and US, which is welcome. And the additional power given to him towards South Pacific has to be seen. You can't judge it now. It's too early to make any judgment. What was it for, or what is it for? We have to wait and see. Or if it is to function as a deep state, or if it is to function deep state strategies, we do not know. Then it has also been to be seen. Definitely the United States do not want Bharat to be closer to China, which is something their wish, of course, and we had, or rather have, our small petty differences with China, which have ever been petty. It's just border disputes, but the border disputes were too atrocious at many instances. So it's not large scale differences, but functionally it really does make a lot of differences. Interestingly, we have a no fire agreement between China and Pakistan, China and Bharat, that we don't fire at one another. We don't fire bullets. So we don't fire bullets, all right, but that doesn't stop the armies from hitting each other with improvised barbaric medieval weapons like clubs, stones, and all kinds of things. Really not swords. I don't think it's swords were used, but these kind of cruel weapons are used at many places. Clubs with barbed wires tied at the on one side. No, hitting can be harsh. And once, I think it's in Galwan, that our Khatak, tough Sardarjis, were holding 2 to Chinese soldiers in the both armistice. Size is big and color is dark, thick beard, Sardarjis I'm talking, and furious fighters. Furious fighters by tradition, because Sardars are made to, or created, the Sikh Dharma is created to protect the nation Bharat, fundamentally, basically. So they're born fighters, and of course absolutely fearless lot. It's just something amazing that you talk to a Sardar, he doesn't understand fear. So that's besides the point. So the difference between China and Bharat is at times very funny, not very serious. So if both people want, the relations can be as smooth as possible, where even border could be overlooked, like what we have borders with Nepal, Bhutan, Nepal, etc. People can walk over to other places. it could be possible between China and Bharat, provided uh, the nation's leadership takes it that way. Nonetheless, United States do not want Bharat and China to get close because they can't. They would try definitely. They can't create differences between Russia and Bharat. They understand that it's not that easy to create differences between Russia and Bharat because both these people have similar characters. They're proud, they're honest, they're transparent, they trust one another. Now these things are the rare specimens, rare qualities you find in European nations. These qualities which are generally with the Asians. So to create a rift between Russia and Bharat is not that easy. They will try, they keep trying, nonetheless they will keep trying until they keep trying, that's it. Whether the result comes out or not, they keep trying, of course. So we have to continuously be cautious. And the people are sensible and intelligent enough to understand where what comes from. But China, we already have these petty differences, which is often funny. So they think that further China and Bharat should not go closer. The present Trump's policies really brought these nations together because it's a question of our survival, where we don't have very serious differences. It's a question of the survival of two people, and then there's also historical relationship between Bharat and China. People-to-people connections runs back to before Christ period. And a lot of things, once you look at what is positive, what is common between China and Bharat, it's amazingly strong relations we had once upon a time. Be it religion, be it martial arts, be it culture, so many things we have in common. It's only because the communism doesn't understand this, so they have overlooked. That's what I understand. So if the mission of this present ambassador is towards something like that, then of course definitely they will have their interest. Then of course we have to see how things are. He's a conservative, and by definition conservatives are supposed to be welcome, but functionally what they do and how they stand more towards their own personal self-reliance than policies, as I see many places, many times. So how things will turn out, work out, remains to be seen. Nonetheless, it's a diplomatic move. Sergio Gor, basically from former Soviet Union, went to US from Tashkent before he was Uzbekistan. And what I didn't get is that his mother had some Israeli relations. And how conservative, how genuine they are, the conservative in the sense how they stand for culture, tradition, etc. is to be seen. These things are not very commonly found in Europe, especially in America. They go by absolutely material kind of things, wealth, money, fame, name, things like that. So let's see. In any case, an ambassador comes, has to be welcome. Of course, it's there. Let's see how he functions, basing himself in Delhi to South Pacific region. He has special powers. He has been given double role, and he has the option or permission to call President Trump directly, not through proper channel. These things are there. Let's see how it works out. And then Bharat is today, as of now, is a very strong government with sensible people, very wise people who stands on the roots. That's very important. Who stands on the roots? They stand on their tradition. They stand on their culture. Also, they stand on their dharma, which is very important to us. So let's hope things will work out positive. But certainly, we should not have any differences between China, Bharat, Russia, etc. This is said not quite possible, as I see. But then the relations with the US, as we always had, had been smooth and friendly, except the changing policies which has happened of late. Things will be better. Things will be better provided there is transparency and, most importantly, consistency. Saying one thing now and changing that after some time shall not work out. Saying something now and standing by it shall work out. So, consistency in diplomacy. This person is not a diplomat, need not be a diplomat. Let's see if he has got innate abilities to be a diplomat. That's one thing. Chanakya has not learned any diplomatic theories. He need not have his theories are taught to us. So let's see how things work out. Things shall be better, I suppose, provided there is transparency and there is consistency in the policies. Shifting and changing and making U-turns, that's not very impressive in geopolitics. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.